Um, it's their fault, but it's your time. Yeah, because you have to waste your time solving problems created by these people, or worrying about it, or thinking about it, or it's the brain does not have a firewall. Now, a firewall is what the computer has to stop the viruses getting in. It blocks certain kind of information from getting into your computer. The brain doesn't have that. Everything that somebody says to you goes into your consciousness. Every experience you have. In fact, there are 1,000 more experiences that we have every second that go into our consciousness that we're not even aware of. You are focused on what I am saying, but you're in a room, there's other things happening, you're using other senses, so information comes in, through our taste, through our smell, through our eyes, through our sense of touch. And there's all of this information constantly coming in. And the brain has no firewall. There's nothing to protect the brain from all the viruses in the information that other people share with us. And this is hard for people to deal with. That's one of the reasons why most people tend to accept the first perspective given to them as the truth. Whether it's right or wrong, it doesn't matter. They automatically accept the first perspective given to them as the truth. Now, some people will go beyond that, but a lot of people won't. If I tell you, this pen is fantastic, this is just the most amazing pen ever. Oh, it's so great for writing, and look at this, it's so nice to the touch, and it's very comfortable, it's lightweight, I can put it in my pocket, it's not expensive, and I give you all of the marketing. And everything is marketing. Everything is marketing. We're all selling ourselves and everything else around us all the time. But most people accept what they hear first as the truth, whether it's right or wrong. So, which means that the world often exists to benefit the narcissistic personality, because that person will go and say, hey, did you hear blah, 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 this person, that person over there, hey, and they will begin to infect the environment with an information virus, which will cause people to think differently and act differently. And narcissistic personality types can only survive together with other narcissistic personality types. The friends of drug dealers are drug dealers. The same way the friends of doctors are doctors. The friends of footballers are footballers. Right? The friends of narcissists are narcissists. It's just the way that we reflect things into our environment. And but by this I mean real friends, not the kind of sort of fake friendship where people think they're friends but they don't really know somebody very well. And you need to know somebody quite well to be their friend, not just have them tell information. It has to be sharing important stuff both ways, sharing experiences. So there's probably an element of your communication, and it might be the fact that teachers are usually good listeners. There might be that element of your communication, that these people need someone to talk to. You're there. They share it with you, and they're not really sharing with you. What they're doing is they're dumping data on you to overload you.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not useful. It's junk food.
Mm-hmm.
They're not feeding you quality information. They're not feeding you nutritious information to help you with the quality of your life. Oh my God, I've got these problems in my life. Let me tell you about my problems. Blah, 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 blah. Ah, the woman this, the woman that, and your reaction is a natural reaction, which is, do it yourself, right? Um, Remember what I said about the abuser and the child, right? The abuser has to be 100% sure the child is not going to talk to anybody. So that person has to be 100% sure that you are not going to tell their partner because you have enough information to completely destroy his life. That's dangerous. That's really dangerous information to have. I mean, you're walking around with a grenade, right? This is not information. This is a self-destruct mechanism. This is not the sharing of personal information. This is an attempt to destroy everyone and everything. And it's a giant test because you are now walking around with the knowledge that there's a big lie and you can't, or I don't know if you can't or you don't want to tell people and you don't want to get involved, which makes sense because it's a mess. So, um, but that's insane, right? You understand that that's madness. Somebody telling you that they're cheating on their partner is madness, and it's also a want to self-destruct on their part. What they're communicating to you is I want you to destroy my life because I can't destroy my own life because I'm not self-confident enough to do it because I've made a mess of everything. So now I've made a mess of this thing. I'm now going to make a mess of everything. And I'm going to blow up the whole fucking world with me. And I'm going to take everyone like the like the mad bad guy in an old James Bond film, right? Those the bald guy in a wheelchair who had the white cat, right? He's like, I'm gonna blow up the world, and the whole world's gonna come with me, and I don't care if everybody dies, and or whatever, something like that, right? And that's what that is, because that personality type actually exists. A person who cares so little about anything that it doesn't matter what they destroy. And they walk around like a cyclone or a tornado or a hurricane, pulling everyone and everything into their problem. Because the more people they have, the more confusing it is, the more people they have to blame, the more escape mechanisms, the more escape roads they have, the more people they can lean on when their lives fall apart.